everybody. How exciting is this? Sam's like completely blown away.
Oh, that was brilliant. I love
I
it.
love the little countdown because it gives people a chance to get their notifications on their phone, go and grab your cup of tea, come and sit with us, come and say hello. So I reckon that's what I thought. I just suddenly thought then, yes, let's do that because it always builds up the excitement for getting
So
started. And that
whizzy.
is what today is definitely all about. Sam and I have been working very, very hard, particularly this week. Sam has been dragging me along last week to make sure we keep up with it all. But we are really, really excited to be bringing to you today the Success Summit, which is a collaboration between the two of us that we've been talking about for a long, long time. So a few of you know about it. If you are in our memberships, you have had the sneaky peek breaking news. So you will know about what is coming, but we wanted to share it with everybody today in both of our wonderful groups because I love my Content Wizards group. I love how all of you ladies in there, but I also absolutely love Sam's group because I've got so much out of it. So I'm really excited that we are pulling together and we're going to talk to you about the Success Summit, a full day of planning to get yourself ready for 2023 because I reckon that's the stage we're all at the moment. Do you think, Sam? I think most of us are about
I
ready
think
now.
just finishing off 2022. It's one of those things that it's really difficult, isn't it? It's a transition. You don't want to let go of what you've still got another month to go. And so you don't want to let go of that, but at the same time, you need to be thinking about hitting the ground running come January. And actually, Christmas is a great time to really get those juices flowing and thinking about things.
Yeah, and I think I often find that in the past, I've found if I haven't done the planning in December, I can't switch off at Christmas and I'm stressed about getting back. Whereas getting it all sorted in December then means I've got the nice break. And I quite like the week between Christmas and New Year because everybody's busy. So you can just get down and do some work. So this feels like we're getting it in now so that you can enjoy your Christmas, give yourself the Christmas that you deserve, the relaxing, fun one with your family, and know that your business isn't going to suffer for taking some time out because we've already sorted January. You're going to be able to hit the ground running.
And I think for me as well, it's not necessarily about having it all planned because between you and I, it's not going to be the whole boring planning. We do things differently, Amy and I. But as most of you know anyway, we're getting Facebook user. I think you need to give permission to StreamYard to be able for us to see who you are. But the link will be coming up soon. But for me, actually starting that thought process of what next year's going to be like, visualizing it, getting that idea of what I want to achieve over Christmas, my subconscious starts to percolate and absorb all the goodness and starts to bring out some of the exciting things. So it's like if we can do the planning, which, and I do it with inverted commas because I don't plan the normal way, but if we do it so that we create that vision of 2023 in December, when you have that time off, because it's always good for us to step back and relax and surrender, that's when the good stuff comes. When you start to think, actually, I could do this or I could do that, that's when I start to really get excited. And I'm like, kids, go back to school so I can get on with this.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I'm exactly the same. So we put a lot of thought into this day. I think we both had an idea of what we wanted to do using our own talents and our own skills. But we also are very conscious that we are we are running two wonderful communities here with incredibly supportive ladies. So what we wanted to do was incorporate a little bit of that into the day. So we're going to start the day off with a speed networking session. So this is essentially the two groups combining together. So those of you who are in my Content Wizards, you can come over and meet the lovely ladies in the Female Business Mastermind and vice versa as well. And you can start to get to know each other. And what that will do is then help us with the working together through the day. This isn't just going to be us talking at you all day. This is a workshop. It is us working together, helping each other. I love my workshops because without exception, people come up with ideas for each other, and hearing other people's ideas inspires you on for your own content or your own goals and your motivation and inspiration, and that's what we want. So we're going to begin the day with a networking session. And then we are going to start off, because this, I firmly believe that you need to have a clear idea of what you want to do with your business before you start to worry about social media. I know from the amount of clients that I've worked with that the biggest problem I have is when they're basically all over the place with what they want to do. We want to get a bit of focus. We want to get some direction with your 2023. That was my word of the year in 2022. And it is the word that Sam repeatedly says to me: focus. We need to focus. And I tell you what, it is working. So I can vouch for the fact that this is going to work. So for those of you who don't, those of you in my group who aren't aware of Sam, Sam is going to tell you a bit more about herself and also the amazing stuff that she has got planned for you on the 5th of December.
Okay. Oh, that's an introduction to follow, isn't it? Hi to you guys that are joining us, and Debbie and Becky, lovely to see you. If you're watching replay, don't forget the hashtag replay. Actually, so I'm Sam. First and foremost, I have to tell you, I am a wife and mum. They are the most important people in my life, and I am also the time and money coach. I have the absolute pleasure of helping business owners, predominantly mums, to use their mindset to focus their time. That word's coming up now. So they make better use of it. Because, do you know, I used to see all these coaches saying, oh, you can do your 6-figure months or years even, and even months, and do this. But there was that thing that actually the money is important to me because it's what makes my life flow, but it's not the be all and end all. My business, for me, and I know for my clients as well, is about actually having something that is ours, that gives us a sense of purpose in the morning, brings in the money. But this is more than that. It's about being there for our kids and creating not just a better life for ourselves, but for our families as well. And the work that I do, I'm incredibly lucky. We do have such a ripple effect on those kind of things. Amy's little boy's coming to join us. My two are both at school, so I have an 11-year-old and a 6-year-old. In fact, you can just see that was my 11-year-old. She's a bit bigger now, and I have a cheeky 6-year-old. And this is about me creating a life for them as much as anything. And I'm very lucky to work with other business ladies, that want to add 2 or 3K to their monthly income. This isn't necessarily focused on the money. It's about what the money can bring us with life. So it's about having more time, right? And that, picking up on what Amy said about doing everything and actually not focusing, that's my thing. Is making sure, I always quote Pareto's principle. You can 80% of your results is actually takes 20% of what you do. So if you focus on that 20% and focus on that and do more of that, then you're going to get better results with less time. And that's where I come to with my planning. When I think of planning, I kind of go, boring. But it's, I do it slightly differently, because for me, I've got 3 core values: my family, freedom. Ooh, I'm swearing at you, sorry. Family, freedom, and fun. Right. So everything I do, I want to have fun doing it, because let's face it, life's too short. I know that because I've lost someone incredibly dear to me, and that's what made me do what I do now. So enough about me. The planning session. I follow a manifestation process. So we have 5 steps, and that's what we'll be doing in the morning of this planning summit, of this success summit. We will be going through my 5-step process so that you create that vision of 2023. But not only that, you have this vision, and you might not have all the detail at that point, because as I say, over Christmas, more can come down to you, but you will have the clarity and the confidence to know where and how you're going to take your business forward, but also know that have that balance of enjoying the time, that's what it's going to bring to you as a mum, as a business owner, as a wife, as a partner, as a daughter, as the person that you are to do this, and that you can, that it's possible. Because actually, just believing in yourself is probably about 80% of the work that we need to do. It's certainly a lot of what I do with the mindset side of things. Just believing that it's possible for us, and that's what we're going to create in the morning using the 5-step process. So I've done this a few times with my membership, and we use a beautiful meditation, and we also do EFT, which is tapping. If you've not come across that before, then drop me a note and I can send you a bit of an overview video to learn more about it. But essentially it's just tapping on the meridians, and it sends a calming vibration to our fight, flight, and freeze part of our brain. Just relaxes us, so it enables us to reprogram our subconscious, so that bloody thing doesn't get in the way of us anymore. Because believe me, it gets in the way more than you realize. So that's what I'll be doing. You can tell I'm quite passionate about what I do, and we have fun doing it. So it's not that horrible, boring stuff, but we will create that vision that you believe you can achieve, which is going to be the important thing. And then you can go on to Amy in the afternoon and just have it all laid out for you. Go on, Amy, you tell them what you're doing.
That was a very smooth handover. I love it. how professional. I love it. But that, and Sam, what Sam has managed to do for me is absolutely the belief in myself. Now in fact, 12 months ago, you would not have caught me talking about the universe and manifesting. I was very like, what? But I caught a live with Sam, and she was explaining that it's not just about trusting in the universe. It's not just about saying all that and nothing happening. It's about figuring out what you need to do to make it happen and believing in yourself and working on your mindset. And that is what Sam has helped me do. That it's been there, it's been inside me for years. I just needed to believe that it was there and find it. And one of the things that Sam will be covering is inspired actions. And without a shadow of a doubt, one of those inspired actions, probably more than one, is going to be something to do with your social media. So your business and your social media is completely entwined with your business plan, and it needs to be right from the start. So when you are setting these goals, when you are telling yourself that you can have this dream that you believe in, this life you deserve, I want to make sure that social media is going to be able to help you do that. And in that confidence, in that belief in yourself, we're going to get that across in your content. So for those of you in Sam's group, I think I do know most of you, but just for anyone who I haven't chatted with yet, I am Amy Downs, the Content Planning Wizard. You have just met my youngest son, who won't be there on Summit Day. I hasten to add, we won't be having to babysit whilst we are working on our social media. But I do spend most days balancing my life between him and between work. Thursdays and Fridays are my days when he's at home, but I've managed to find a way of being able to still be on a coaching call with Sam and still be able to do, we've been doing planning sessions via DM for this session. So I'm all about work-life balance. So I know that social media is something that drains a lot of time and energy from your work-life balance. And I want to make sure that it isn't one of those things. I'm going to take the weight off your shoulders about coming up with a strategy and worrying about whether what you're doing is the right thing. I'm going to inspire you, I promise, to come up with loads of content ideas. You're going to have so many after our session together that you are not going to know what to do with them. So I am then going to help you work out how to put it into a structure. And that is what I want you to leave that session with, is a plan for your content for the whole year. Now that sounds scary, but I promise you, because I'm going to take you through it step by step, it's going to feel easier. And then you're going to be able to feed it into the work that you've done with Sam, because you will know what you're aiming for, and we will work out how social media is going to support that over the year. And I want it to be that social media isn't the thing that's draining your confidence, draining your energy, draining your time. I want that job ticked off your list. So it feels like something you can approach every month, every week, feeling confident. So my background is I trained originally as a journalist. Writing is what I love most. And that is one of the things I've been working on with Sam, funnily enough, to keep focusing on how much I love doing that. And when I was pregnant with my eldest, Harry, who is now 6, I was unfortunately made redundant from a marketing job at the ASDA head office in Leeds. It was scary because there was 2 massive changes in my life in one go, and I was really worried about being out of work for such a long time. So I took the opportunity. This is how I look at it now. Back then it was like, oh, I've got no choice. I've got to freelance. But the positive mindset is I had the opportunity to become a freelancer. I freelanced as a social media manager for about 4 years. I was working for other PR agencies. So I was learning from them. I had, mentors essentially that I was working for that helped me learn about social media and PR and how to make the most of it. And I was working out my own processes on how to plan content for clients, so that I was making it easier for myself to balance that around my own work-life family balance. So I did that. And then when the pandemic came around, I decided that actually I wasn't enjoying writing the content for other people. What I was enjoying was when I was working one-to-one with them and coaching them. So that was when in September 2020, I launched the Content Planning Wizard and I focused more on coaching. And one of the things that has come out of this, whether it's one-to-one or group sessions, the best thing I do, the thing I love most, is the planning workshops where I sit down and I show you how to build your strategy and how to build your content plan. And that is what this is, a mega version. I did one this time last year, for the whole of 2022, and the ladies came back saying they felt so comfortable, they felt so confident, couldn't have imagined planning for a whole year. And those have adapted over the year. You'll when we work with Sam, that's something we have to kind of get used to, is the fact that our goals adjust each month, like regularly, because that's what happens. But having an overall idea of your strategy is going to make such a difference for you. So that's my
It's
plan.
about aligning it, isn't it? It's about having that overall strategy and everything feeds into it. And that's when it comes to alignment. We think alignment is this thing that happens, but actually we create it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is why I know that you were really passionate about us getting that into our own marketing for this
Mm.
today, when we're explaining what it is we want to help you guys with. Is it was the aligning. It's us two aligning together to help you guys align everything together, because it shouldn't feel like one is stopping the other. It should be that
Mm.
they're supporting each other. So yeah,
Yeah.
that is definitely really, really exciting. And I think that actually that moves us on quite nicely to what people will get out of that day together, Sam.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think this is the thing, it's like it will give you that vision for the year. And like Amy says, things come out. 2020 taught us that there's curveballs all the time. And I know I meet a lot of people that say, oh, I like flow. I like flow. But in order to have a level of flow, you need to know what you're aiming for. A river doesn't just go in it goes in one direction, doesn't it? Sorry. It knows where it's heading. And so you need to think about where that vision is taking you. And then it all leads up. One of the things that I learned from my HR background actually is, we have the main goals for the organization, for your business, but we need each month to be working towards those goals and not heading off in another direction. I know I'm guilty of shiny object syndrome a number of times, and this will give you the clarity to know what you're aiming for. And if something comes up, you kind of you know whether it's something, it might be something good to follow, it might be a distraction, but because you've got the plan, you can flow, you can see without overthinking, without wondering, without second guessing yourself, that that's what you need to do and what action to take from it. So you will have that clarity of what you're aiming for. Amy touched on it, having the inspired actions, kind of the route that you're going to take to get there, but also that acknowledgement that things don't go to plan, so you can deal with it. If your kid's off sick or something happens that just means that you stopped, and it happens, um you have that plan, you know exactly how to deal with it very, very quickly without that, oh God, what have I got to do? What am I going to miss? I'm worried, I'm panicking. So it gives you the clarity and the confidence. And when you have that, you're more likely to achieve. The people that, I hate to say it, the people that don't achieve are the ones that are winging it. They're going along kind of just going, oh, I'll have a go at that. I'll have a go at that. Well, what happens is that when you're working like that, you're not actually achieving the results you need. I talked about Pareto's principle of 20% of the actions that you take achieves 80% of the results. What they're doing is the 80% achieving 20%. It's that focus that, you know, that it will take you forward, that you'll know what you do. And the idea of all of this ultimately as the time and money coach is that you use your time incredibly well to get the best return you can. So you create more money in shorter amount of time so that you have more time with your little ones. You know, actually I should point in that way, shouldn't I? Because it's all backwards. But you know, this is the thing. I want to empower you guys. Amy and I both want to empower you guys to have that, and I'm putting my shoulders back for a reason, to have that confidence to know what you need to do, to take the action, to get the results so that you can have the life that 2023 is your year of success, that you go out there. It might not be, when you do the plan, it might in December next year, it might not be quite the same as the plan you set out, but I can, you know, if you do it and you take the action, I can guarantee that you are going to sit back and go, well, that happened for the right reasons, because that's what it does. And you know, I know myself from a social media perspective, oh my God, that takes my energy. And I procrastinate over you know, social media so much. So having Amy to help you do that means that that's going to save you time straight away. And for me, I talk a lot about energy, and I don't necessarily talk about it in the spiritual way. I love my woo, but I am quite based in science as well. But you know, if you think about how you feel when you've got to, I know my son, right? He's got to do the recycling when he comes home from school, and he goes, oh, do I have to? Do I have to? He takes 20 minutes to moan about it, might even throw himself on the floor a couple of times just for effect. And then it's 5 minutes to actually do it. Amy turned around to me and said, you need to do a post on this. Don't be a Sebby, be a Tilly. Tilly's my daughter. And so, you know, it's that sort of thing that it takes up your energy, because you're going, oh, do I have to? It's kind of the Kevin from Harry Enfield, if you're my generation. And so it's, if we can change that energy around, that you feel that you've got the clarity and the confidence to know what you need to do, you're going to do it so much faster. And that means that it's not nighttime working, that it means that you can go and pick up the kids from school and not have to work after they come back home from school, that you can have the weekends off to enjoy it, because you can. I know you can, because that's what I do. It doesn't have to be work, work, work. And if you are work, work, work and not earning the money, and then you seriously need to book in on this, because we will change 2023's narrative on that. Right, I get really passionate, so that's me. I think I've done everything. If you want, yeah, it will help you navigate the. I've done notes. Navigate the challenges. Enable you to. I know that you all value your time, and I know you try and make the best of it. But it's about focusing on what will get you the results rather than trying to do everything. That's what this is going to do. So it gives you that time to be able to do it. So
it feels especially poignant today. I haven't actually had time to check the news, but I know there was budget announcements due today, wasn't there?
Yeah.
So it feels especially poignant for this, because next year is there's no way around it. Next year is looking scary. We're all having to be careful. But the thing is, now is the time to make sure that we know that actually we're going to be all right, because we have a good plan for our businesses, and we are going to keep focused. We're going to keep our heads down. We're going to keep carrying on, and having that focus and that confidence is going to be so important, because I cannot tell you, in fact I regularly do tell Sam, how often I say to myself, I'm just going to go get another job, go and get a proper job. And it's having that confidence and that plan. Now that I know what I want to do, moving forward. It's like, well, no, it'd be silly to go and get a job because I'm making waves now. I'm
Well,
taking
the
those
thing is, at
steps
the
forward.
moment, wages aren't keeping up with inflation.
Yeah.
So even if you've got a 10% increase, which, having done pay increases over the years, I know that's rare, even in these kind of times. Even if you get a 10% increase, you're still in, that money is not going as far, because you need to have, well, as of today, you need to have 11%, don't you, increase on your income just to stay where you are at the moment. So, and this is where we're lucky as business owners, because we have that ability to do it.
Yeah.
And if you're saying, yes, but my clients are saving their money, my clients are worried about that, then talk to us, because that's a mindset thing. There is always money out there. And I know that sounds a cliche, but I will show you that is the case.
And I can definitely vouch for that as well, because that is what I've been saying. People aren't spending money at the moment. And I have signed, I'm on a fourth new client that I've been working for this week. So that is, that's media bios rather than social media, the fourth one. But as Sam knows, that's something I really, really enjoy. So it's now that I've started the ball rolling, the things that I love are coming in. So it isn't as scary as, it doesn't have to be as scary as people are telling us. We can take back control of that.
Every day this week I have had cash come in.
Yeah.
So it can be done. It can be done. It's that feeling that it can't be is what's stopping you, because where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally Every agree. Bar and pub were full last Saturday. People spending still. Exactly. It's just how they prioritize to spend. And we can show them that they need to spend with you guys.
Definitely. And with that in mind, we will, I think Sam and I have talked a lot about being open and transparent with you guys, because that is, both of us, that's a really core belief. So we wanted to mention the cost of the summit, essentially, because we have got an early bird offer, and for those of you who are in our membership, you have access to your offer as well, which the details are in those memberships now. So Sam, did you want to talk about that? Or
so the price of the full day, the full price will be £97. But if you purchase a ticket before the end of next week, then it comes down to £77. And so it's incredible value for what you're going to get to be able to set yourself forward. And do you know what? We've got some special things in there as well that are really going to help you get the most out of the day. So we're going to be dropping things in. The earlier you book, the more you get. We're going to be dropping in some free gifts along the way, so that you can actually really, really maximize your time with us. And of course, we're always on DM if you've got any questions or you want to do it. One thing I should put out, we decided to do a no BS launch of this, or to talk about it. We, both of us, this sounds rude, we're simple girls. We like to keep things simple. We're not trying to do any bullshit here. So sorry, your son, he can't hear me, can he? See, this is me. I try not to swear, but I'm terrible. But look, we're not doing a BS. So there's no sales page, right? It's just, there's a checkout page for you to go and book your tickets. If you've got any questions, come and talk to us. We're not going to push you into something we don't think is good for you. I can't see anybody not getting value out of this, but you might not, and we'll be honest with you. But if you have questions and you want to know them, then just drop us a DM. That's how we work. We're all about relationships, about working with you and getting the right thing for you. Simple as.
Yep, absolutely. Right, I'm going to pop the link to the event in the comments now, so that you guys can check it out and come and find out all of the stuff that we've got planned for the day. And I think I know both of us have said it now, but I think it's really important to say, do you know what? It's not just that day. It's ongoing. It's we are here, and we are going to help you with your 2023. So we're really excited about all the extra support that you're going to be getting as well. For some reason, James has just clicked something, so I will make sure that link goes in the comments. But yeah, so that is, have we covered everything? I think we might have done.
So yeah. Has anybody got any questions now that you want to ask? Because feel free to do so. It's the 5th of December. Yes, Becky. So it's Monday. It starts, I think, the agenda off the top of my head, we start at 9:30.
Yeah.
It's a speed networking first, then a bit of a break, and then you head into the planning session with me. And then there's a break for lunch, and then you work with Amy to do your social media, and the aim is to finish at 2:30. So it's a school day. Obviously, it's UK based, so if you are elsewhere in the world, then you need to do the time change. That always causes issues, doesn't it? We can't please everybody. But yeah, so it is on Monday the 5th, because then you can get started for the rest of the week on a really positive. And I believe me, you will leave feeling. I was going to say positive, but actually powerful. We are going to make sure that you feel like you are one of the most powerful business owners that you could ever be. Oh, you got first aid training. Oh, no, I'd love to have had you there, Becky. Oh, I suppose saving someone's life is probably a bit more important than this, but you know,
Well,
is it?
which one's more important?
Won't be able to make it, as I'll be sleeping during that time. Then sounds fun. Someone, it says Facebook user. Someone's obviously in the other side of the world. I thought you were a day sleeper. So you're
We
welcome
will
to
have
join us. We won't send you to
recordings,
sleep.
won't we?
Yeah, we will have recordings that you're welcome to get as well.
And I must say,
So
from experience, Sam's planning workshops, it's actually quite good watching. Even if I'm there, I watch the recording because I go through it again and I pause and I get work done. And like on the Connected Blueprint videos, I always pause, go and do the task, and then come back to it. So actually having the recording, if you aren't able to join us live, that you will still get the recording. And what I tend to offer people if they haven't been able to attend live is just say book a 15-minute call with me, so if you do have any questions
I was
after
going to
you've
say the
watched
same
it.
thing. We could. Do you know what? We're more than happy. I was going to say that because do you know this isn't about like doing a day. This is about you getting the results. That's what's important to us.
Oh, James.
You know, it's fine, Amy. Don't worry. And that's key for us, that you get the results. So it's not going to be like you get the day and we're not there anymore. You can ask us questions. We are in each other's groups, and we are on DM. It is.
We're
I
in
know
each other's DMs.
yeah. Amy's used the word on a mission, and I use that as well. I know what it's like to be in that frustrated. I had 14 quid in the bank a week before my mortgage was due out, which was 1,400 quid at the time. It's not, it's a lot more now. I know what it is to feel like that, right? And I do not want anybody to feel like that, particularly as I now know you don't need to. And I want to ensure that, that's why we've kept the price low for this day. You will not get training like this for this much money, or for this little money. That's why we kept it low, because we know that we can help so many people, and that I regularly add 2 to 3k each month to my clients income. If it's not that, then it's other side things like better relationships and things like that. Because I think more valuable than money is that inner calm, that feeling of I know what I'm doing. And that's what you'll get from this day. And that's what we want you to get from this day. And that's our mission, to do that. So, if you have questions that come out of it, if you watch the recording and you've got questions afterwards, just come to us. We're there. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And I always check in with people afterwards to see how they're doing. And like you'll be on a training session, and then when you're actually doing the work, there's always questions that pop up. I always make sure I check in a couple of weeks later. And I just think it's really important I firmly believe in flexible working. So for me, that means if you can't make it on Monday the 5th, although I really hope that lots of people can, because it's going to be incredible, all of us working together, I want you to still have access to it, and I want you to still have this. It literally is going to be, you're not just giving up your day to come and stroke our egos. You will get a proper plan out of it, and you will feel so much better for
it's
it.
gonna this one day's investment is going to have a huge return on this. Really will.
I mean, the gift that keeps on giving.
Any other questions? I think that's probably it, isn't it?
We will keep an eye out on the posts during the day as well. So for the rest of the day, so if anyone does have anything
Yay.
crop up, or if you're watching on replay, let us know, and we will pop back onto the post and answer them. But like Sam says, if you want to talk to us about any of it, then let us know. And if you're in our memberships, give us a shout, because you guys know that you have your special membership bonus as well. So that's really exciting.
All right.
So I think I think that is everything that we wanted to say. I hope that it has come across how excited we are about this, because I am over the moon that Sam has agreed to work with me, and that I just think that we fit really well, which is why I've been supporting her membership, because I just think we fit really well. And I think that everything that Sam does will help you with your social media, and everything that I do with the social media is going to add to what you do with
Most
Sam.
definitely.
So I just think
As someone who you help with their social media, I can say yes, definitely.
and vice versa as well, absolutely. And genuinely investing in Sam this year has paid back already. I've just hit my 1K goal for this month, and that is all through working with Sam. So I'm really, really grateful for that. And I know that is why I was so keen to introduce her to my group, is because I know that she will help you guys, so that when you come to me for help with social media, if I get the impression you're feeling a little bit vague, you're worrying, you're feeling inconsistent in your business, not just your posting, then we can work together to make sure that you get that sorted first. And then your social media is just going to fly, because your confidence is going to come across and everybody's going to love it.
We've got you covered.
Definitely. I love it. All right, then. Brilliant. We will speak to you all, I'm sure, over the next couple of days, but do give us a shout if you've got any questions. Speak to you all soon.
Bye.